What is up, Timbo? It's your boy here, Triple Storm. This is the week 8 missions guide. Only 2 weeks left in this season, guys, and it feels like a lot has happened. But without further ado, guys, let's get into the challenges. And we start with the first challenge, which is gain health in the storm. You have to gain 100 health, complete a lap of a racetrack. You only have to do one of these, and survive storm phase. You have to survive 10 of these. Now for the first one, which is gain health in storm, for this one I recommend using campfires and maybe chug splashes. Campfires will give you about 75 health overall. Chug splashes give you 20, so you can use those. Or if you guys can find bandages and you guys can also find medkits, that would be great to do this challenge. But once you've gotten to gained 100 total overall, you have this challenge done. As for the second challenge, which is complete a lap of a racetrack. Now there are a few racetracks. There's one close to Junk Junction, and there's also the Gus racetrack, which is the racetrack which is in the desert biome. Definitely recommend this one, because what you guys would do is when you guys head there, to the right of the starting line, you will see some drift boards on a yellow car. There you guys can just grab one of those, head to the starting line, and then you guys can start this challenge. If not, then I definitely recommend that you guys head over to where the one is close to Junk Junction, as that one is a drift board, and I think about 4 drift boards normally spawn there. So if you guys head over there, you guys can do that one, and as soon as you guys complete the lap, you'll realize that you have this challenge done. As for the next challenge, which is survive 10 storm phases, for this one you only need to be alive when the storm phase come in. Even in Team Rumble, if you respawn, you will still get that you survived the storm phase, as long as you were actually alive when the circle countdown hits 0 and the circle closes in. You'll actually get this one done. So you just want to do this 10 different times. So you probably get it 2 by 2 in Team Rumble. And if you guys want anything quicker, then you guys would have to go in squads where you can get up to 4 or 5 circles. So once you've done that, you'll have this challenge done. As for the fourth one, which is visit the center of a storm circle, for this one, wherever the circle ends, I recommend Team Rumble for this. Wherever the circle ends, you just want to head there. You will see a purple beacon the closer you get, with a lightning symbol below it. Once you get close enough to that, you will realize that you have this challenge done. As for the next one, which is land at Polar Peak, a volcano and a hilltop with a circle of trees. For this one, you land at Polar Peak. You guys know how to do that. Land at the volcano. If you guys can land at the volcano, take the air shaft, the little air thing. It's gonna put you up in the sky. You guys can take that, and then you guys can probably head over to Polar Peak. And again, guys, for this one, if you guys head to the location, you realize that you walked to the location and you didn't get there, you just need to build up a little bit. And once you build up a little bit and you jump off and glide and then land back at the location, you'll realize that you actually get the challenge. And as for this one, which is the hilltop circle of trees, for this one is Stunt Mountain, a lot of us know it as, or the mountain where the drift boards spawn. In the last season, which was season 9, we actually had to collect a Fortnite on top of this hill. So you guys will remember this hill. Once you head there, you'll have this challenge done. And for the next one, which is complete a time trial east of Pleasant Park or southwest of Salty Springs. Now for this one, you guys want to head over to the Sweats habitat, which is Pleasant Park, and to the east side of it, you will realize that there was a yellowish kind of color RV, and some drift boards normally always spawn there. Little small loot, so you guys want to head over there, grab a drift board, and you guys want to start this time trial. Once you start it, you go around, collect all of the little bubble things, and once you pass through all of these, you will realize that you have this challenge, which is dance at different telescope. Now there are a few around the map. I think there's a total of maybe about 5 or 6 if I'm not mistaken. But the 3 closest ones are the ones at Dusty Divot on top of the hill. There's also one bit further from there, which is the one all the way over in Snobby Shores in the Architects building. There's that one as well. And then there is one much closer, which is the one that is at Shifty Shafts. I almost didn't know about this one. There's also one in the desert biome on top of the hill as well. So if you guys are closer to that biome or the circle ends there, you guys can actually try to get that one. And once you've collected, you've gone to 3 of these and you use your emote and dance, you'll have this challenge done. So that's going to be doing it for the regular challenges. Guys, now let's head over to the prestige versions, which again, guys, use your inner right button as soon as you've completed the challenge to unlock these challenges. And these ones are damage an opponent in the storm. You only have to do 1 damage. Damage gliding opponents, you have to do 100 damage for this one. And deal damage to opponents after the first circle closes. Now for the first one, which is damage an opponent in the storm, this one I don't really recommend Team Rumble, as you might or might not encounter anybody in the storm as Team Rumble. Whenever people are in the storm, they usually just respawn, unless they're people who have AFK or AFC, and these people are definitely not playing the game, then you might have a chance of eliminating them. But I definitely recommend playing squads, as there's a lot higher chance of you guys having storm fights in squads. As for the next one, which is damage gliding opponent, you have to do 100 damage for this one. I recommend you accompany this one with the other 2 that are coming. But for this one, whenever a person is gliding in the air, you want to deal some damage to them. And once you deal 100, then you'll have this challenge done. Definitely recommend Team Rumble for it, as you can do this one, which is deal damage to opponents after the first circle closes. You have to do 500 damage, so you can literally just be playing and eliminating opponents, and you'll realize that you actually get this one done. And for the next one, which is visit the center of a storm circle in a single match, and you have to visit 3 of them. Now for this one, again, it's the same method. You only need to go to exactly where the circle has a center, and once you get there, you will see the lightning banner with the purple looking color beacon there. And once you go close enough to it, you'll realize that you do it. You do this 3 different times for the 3 different circles. Team Rumble is a good way to do this. If you want, I wouldn't recommend squad solos or duos, as again, there will be a lot of people around, and they're not just gonna let you stand there and just get this. So yeah, once you've done that, you guys will have this challenge done. And for the next one, which is deal any amount of fall damage to opponents, this one almost is impossible to do in Team Rumble. So definitely squad solos or duos for this one, and it doesn't really matter. It can be a single damage, so you can actually damage someone who's atop of a hill gliding down, and once they take some fall damage, you'll realize that this challenge is done. Or you guys can shoot down their builds once they're above more than 3 stories, and you'll realize that you have this challenge done. As for the next one, which is complete a time trial north of Lucky Landing or east of Snobby Shores, I recommend doing the one east of Snobby Shores, as you can also accompany this one with the next challenge. So for this one, when you head to Snobby Shores, you need to ensure that you have a little bit of mats, maybe about 200 or 250 mats, so you can make some builds. Once you start the time trial, you will see the pattern you want to build up, and then when you go around and you start collecting them, for the final few, you can just glide through them and collect them, and you realize that you have this challenge done. Then you can move on to the next challenge, which is dance at different telescopes in a single match. Now, since you're already in Snobby Shores, you guys can just head over to the telescope, which is at the Architect building, seeing as how they are very close to each other, the time trial and the telescope. So you guys can head over there, edit your way in, and you guys find the telescope. And as soon as you find the telescope, guys, you just want to emote. Once you've emote and got this one, then if you're playing Team Rumble, depending on where the circle falls, you guys can head over to either Shifty Shafts, head over to Dusty Divot, or if you guys have a desert biome circle, you guys can head to the one in the desert biome. And once you've done that, guys, then you guys will have this challenge done. That's gonna be doing it, guys, for the week 8 missions guide. So I hope you guys enjoy this guide, and I hope this guide was helpful for you guys. And don't forget, guys, in the other videos I do post a poll in the eye, so you guys can go there, you guys can vote, and then these votes will actually come into another video where I will be doing ranking different items, etc, so you guys can check that out. And again guys, if you guys are local interested in merch, you guys can click the link in the description so you guys can pre-order your merch, or you guys can go view them. And of course guys, don't forget, like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you guys can be notified every single time I drop a video or challenge this guide guys. This is Triple S Storm, stay on by the Tumbo, take care.